ancient paintings of the Pleiades and Taurus only appeared inaccurate now because stars have moved relative to each other over thousands of years. Everything in the universe exists in a state of change and movement. Chapter 1. Friday. Lucy. The Bowness Observatory is home to the first telescope I ever looked through, Lucy might begin tonight. Aware of her reputation for saying the wrong thing, she had laboured over her speech all afternoon. I'm excited to share the unveiling of its refurbishment with my daughter, who represents the future of this town and of science. 5 years ago, Justin had inherited the family house, and the three of them, along with Justin's ophthalmology practice, had all moved to Bowness. Since then, Gabby had metamorphosed into a lanky 11-year-old. And now Lucy and Justin agreed she could come with them to the opening, even though Gabby wasn't meant to stay up late. Their lives were about to change again. For Gabby, seeing the result of Lucy's long-term project would be a significant, happy memory. Lucy looked up from her computer. Where was Gabby? Hours had passed since Lucy, still working from home when she could, walked down the street to collect her from school. Knowing Gabby, the kitchen. And sure enough, auburn head bent over the notebook she called her observations journal, beside Lucy's iPad on the marble bench, there she was. Their elderly Labrador, Kepler, always as close to her as he could possibly get, had arranged himself into a black hole beneath her stool. Gabby took one bite from her pizza before returning to writing. Her tongue was visible, pink at the side of her mouth. She was concentrating. I'm sorry I've been distracted this afternoon, Lucy said. I'll finish my speech soon. Gabby didn't reply. Beside her, a tall pile of political brochures needed stuffing into envelopes for delivery before next Saturday's election. Gabby? More tongue poked out, and Gabby wrote more quickly. Gabby kept a lot of lists, not just about the stars that were the journal's intended subjects, but also about other interests, her favourite insects, her classmates. Why was she upset? Perhaps she'd been embarrassed enough last time her mother gave a public address. Lucy, usually careful about breaching her privacy, rested a hand on her daughter's shoulder, narrow inside her school tunic. Gabby, what are you doing? She read one of Gabby's lists upside down. Eggs, olives, feta. Then, on the adjacent page, things Mum forgets. Eggs, olives, feta. Gabby needed them for an ancient Greek school presentation next week. Lucy glanced around the kitchen, hoping for helpful elves, a guardian spirit of good enough mothering. She had forgotten. We'll get the Greek food, she promised. They sell some at the new cafe in Egansville. I'll take you there. Gabby looked up. Her eyes were the clear blue they'd always been, though her skin had the shine and pimples of adolescence. When? Tomorrow, Lucy said brightly. We'll find time. Gabby continued frowning as she picked up her pizza. Lucy brushed a hand over her own forehead. There was risotto to prepare, that speech to finish, and, her stomach knotted, Justin was wrong. They had to tell Gabby about their imminent separation before she discovered it for herself. Something else on your mind? Gabby? Gabby's hand stilled. She gazed behind Lucy, as though the stove or splashback might help her formulate a question using only consonants she didn't stutter over. What is it? Lucy prompted. Gabby looked down at her page and sucked in a huge breath. What exactly is dark matter? It's... Lucy cut herself off. Is that really what you're worried about? One thing. You wrote those articles. I did. Could Gabby's mood possibly be as simple as this? Gabby jumped off her stool and, despite the pizza, stretched her arms out to spin like in a dance class. You asked why stars at the end of our galaxy's arms don't get flung off into space, like my pizza would if I let go. Lucy laughed. I wish I'd thought to describe it with pizza. It would fly out and hit Daddy on the head. If he were here, yes, Gabby. Dark matter probably does stop.